Hi there. Today is September the 17th, and tomorrow I turn 72. And in honor of this occasion, I'm going to read you a few more of my poems and talk to you a little bit. It's a gray, kind of cloudy, rainy day in Bend today. Very unusual for Bend, where the sun usually shines. Louis and Chris just called a few minutes ago. They're in Louis's new home, although he closes on it tomorrow morning, and he'll be all settled. And then Carl and I are going to visit very shortly, and we'll be able to see Centennial, Colorado. We have a little mini reunion, me and my 3 sons. So the first poem is about a train named Rusty. Years ago, Carl and I went to England, and I had a great time and saw a musical on the London stage called Starlight Express. Starlight Express has amazing music, and it's about a little boy who dreams at night of his train sets, and they come to life. And all the actors and actresses are on roller skates, and the music is amazing. So I wrote this poem actually about Rusty as he grew older, which requires my glasses as I grow older. Held on to the past as long as he could. Rust, it destroyed him. He knew that it would. In prime time, he rolled over mountains and plains. Rusty the noble, king of the trains. Put out to pasture, best years all gone. Scrap of his old form, no muscle, no brawn. He lies in a pasture, alone and bereft, too old to be useful, lost tonnage, scant heft. Beyond restoration, no hope for him now. The scrappers are coming, the bell tolls for thou. Remember him fondly, remember him well, Rusty the powerful, before the death knell. And the next poem is about the elephant in the room. It was always there, lurking, ready to surface, the elephant in the room. We danced around the issues, killing time, needing distraction from the elephant in the room. Cowards all, toe-tapping, sidestepping, anything to avoid the elephant in the room. We've all done that. The next poem is about a boy, a 10-year-old boy on a train, trying to figure out a gratuity, and it's based on actually a painting by Norman Rockwell years and years ago, back in the 40s, and it's from 2 perspectives, the boy's perspective and the porter's perspective. The boy. Math anxiety strikes, rendering him helpless. Squirming, he knows it is proper etiquette to leave behind a tip. Struggling to act grown up, body language has betrayed him. He is out of his element. The porter. Unable to halt the smile spreading across his face, he knows 20 years of saving tips put 2 sons through college. Patient and compassionate, no need to prove himself. He is in his element. This is quite appropriate as I turn 72 tomorrow. My youth is lost, it vanished, but do not cry for me. With age comes something better, grace and dignity. My youth is lost, my brashness, my utter naivety. I'm older and I'm wiser, I'm mellow, floating free. My youth is lost, I'm grateful for lessons learned each day. Triumph and loss, joy and pain, mere words cannot convey. Would I return, reclaim it? Many songs yet to be sung. My body wants to betray me. My brain thinks I am young. And the next poem is actually about migraine headaches, and the art that I based it on it was an amazing work of art, almost a 3-dimensional piece of art. A heart, head kind of figure, broken, nails pounded into a part of it. It made me think back to the years I suffered with these debilitating headaches. Piercing headache, migraine pounding through left quadrant. Acupuncture torture treatment. Punishment for her sins of omission. Doing nothing, knowing better. Pain, psychosomatic. Unrelenting piercing. All true. And the next poem is actually about, it was a map, prompt in a blog that I follow, a map, a small map of St. Ninian's Isle, which is off the coast of Scotland. And I transposed the map onto a beautiful, beautiful picture of St. Ninian's, which is like heaven on earth. On a map, the earth is altered, drawn to scale, transformed from glorious technicolor, a sphere, to colorless, flat plain, lackluster, and, heaven forbid, a square. Cartographers tell us this is reality. But common sense prevails. We know maps lie. And I think I'll probably stop here and revisit you a little bit later. I'm still working on that history I wanted to share with you. I can tell you that growing up, the first few years of my life were just wonderful. My first memories are of when I was 4 years old, around 4. And I remember my Aunt Mary Lou and I going on a picnic at my grandparents where she lived. I remember us taking a blanket, an iced tea in a glass jar, and I remember that she had on a creamy color skirt with either apples or strawberries on it. And I just remember how magical it was. I also remember riding their draft horses over the hill to pasture, taking the cows down the driveway, down the road, across the creek so that they could graze all day. I remember feeding the chickens, slopping the hogs, gathering the eggs. I remember working in the garden during the summers. I remember amazing meals around their dining room table. My grandmother was an extraordinary cook. And all in all, a happy, idyllic childhood, actually. And I'll tell you more about that as I began school. First grade, Caseyville Grade School, old school. My father actually took me there during the summer before I went to school and walked me through the entire school so I wouldn't be frightened on that first day of school. And it was brilliant of him to do that, although he was brilliant. And I walked into school that first day, first grade. Mrs. Deal, my teacher, and I knew no fear because of my dad. And I'll kind of stop it here and get back to you after I have celebrated and begin my 73rd year of life. Love you guys. Bye.